mysterious death of Elisa Lam. A shocking event happened to a student at the notorious Cecil Hotel. The vacation she had been looking forward to became a painful memory for her family. Many crimes had happened at the hotel even before. Several serial killers had stayed there. Some people committed suicide, others were stabbed or shot. On top of that, there were mysterious noises and sounds heard at midnight. You will surely be surprised to know that the last moments of the woman, captured by CCTV in the elevator before she disappeared and was found dead, have finally been brought to light. Some people believe it, and many others are suspicious. The question is it true? But before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's already a big help for us content creators. Thank you. Elisa Lam, or her given name Lam Ho Ye, was born on April 1991 in the city of Vancouver in British Columbia, Canada, the child of Chinese immigrants. The young woman had long wanted to go to the United States. Elisa was somewhat independent, so she was not afraid to go alone. Her parents did not stop her either. So, during the vacation month of January 2013, Elisa packed without hesitation and went to the City of Angels, the land of Los Angeles, California. She happily shared pictures and uploaded them to her Tumblr blog called Novel Novu. A few days later in January, she checked in at the Cecil Hotel, an old building known for its scary history. Back in 1985, serial killer Richard Ramirez, known as the Night Stalker, stayed there. According to investigations, after committing murder and rape, he would enter the back of the hotel covered in blood. Ramirez was convicted of multiple murders and violent rape cases. Besides the Night Stalker, Jack Unterweger, the Vienna Woods killer, stayed there in 1991. He was charged with multiple murders and committed suicide inside his cell. Aside from serial killers who stayed at the hotel, more than 100 cases of suicide had been reported over the years. Many people jumped from high floors. One woman jumped from a window and landed on someone walking below, killing that person too. The body of a woman named Goldie Osgood was also found at the hotel. She had been raped, murdered, and robbed, but the killer was never found. Over time, crimes continued at the hotel. Drug overdoses, stabbings, shootings, and some deaths had unknown causes. The Cecil Hotel seemed to witness terrible crimes. But Elisa did not care about the stories. She just wanted to enjoy her vacation. During the first few nights, Elisa shared a room with a roommate to save on rent, and the girl had no problems with her friend. But a few times, her roommates noticed Elisa acting a bit weird. Sometimes she sleepwalked at midnight. Sometimes she slept under the bed. Sometimes she stared blankly and smiled at nothing. So they agreed she should move to her own hotel room alone. On the morning of January 31st, she was supposed to go to Santa Cruz, California. But that day, no one saw her. She did not call or email her parents. Because of this, the Los Angeles Police Department immediately reported Elisa as a missing person. By the first day of February, the LAPD searched the hotel for Lam, but to no avail. Days passed, and even the police canine units were used. Still, no trace of the young woman was found. Even on the rooftop of the building, the police dogs could not pick up a scent. At the same time as the search, there were complaints about dirty water in the hotel. The staff did not pay much attention since they were busy searching for the missing woman. Elisa's disappearance was almost considered a cold case until the police checked the CCTV. In February, they witnessed the horrifying elevator video, and what they saw was unexplained. It showed the night of January 3rd. Elisa entered the elevator. For an unknown reason, she pressed several floor buttons, but the door did not close. She waited a few seconds, then looked outside. She stood at the edge of the elevator and stepped into a corner as if avoiding something, and the door still did not close. She slowly stepped out as if brushing something off, but the CCTV caught nothing. It seemed like something was blocking her from getting back into the elevator. She stayed outside for a minute and the door still did not close. Elisa went back inside, seemingly smiling. She pressed the floor buttons again, and almost all of them lit up. Then she stepped out again. The door was still open, and no one was with her. The CCTV continued. Investigators turned pale at what they saw. They could not explain the start of the video, and the rest of the recording left them even more confused. It looked like Lam was talking to someone or showing something. She moved her hands as if speaking to the air. It was unexplainable, leaving them more puzzled. She stayed outside for 2 minutes, Then the door finally closed, but no one entered. The door opened twice more, yet still no one came in. Her last moments in the elevator went viral on the internet and fascinated mystery-minded netizens for more than a decade. Weeks passed, and complaints from hotel guests continued. The water from taps was weak, and the taste was strange. The color was dirty. On February 1st, a maintenance worker named Santiago Lopez went up to the roof to check the water tanks. Around 10 in the morning, he saw a body floating inside one of the 4 tanks. It was confirmed to be Elisa Lam. She was naked, and her clothes, watch, and room key were inside the tank as well. The police quickly contacted her family. The hotel staff could not believe the horrifying scene. The autopsy results came out in June. The cause of death was initially listed as undetermined. Later, it was changed to accidental drowning. It was found that Elisa had suffered from depression and had bipolar disorder since childhood. The toxicology report showed traces of her medication. She may not have taken her prescriptions correctly, so it was believed she had a psychotic event. Elisa's family confirmed her illness, and that was why they opposed her traveling alone. This explains why her roommates saw her strange behavior, sleepwalking at night, hiding under the bed, and talking to no one. According to Medical News Today, one of the symptoms of severe bipolar disorder or manic depression is hallucination. Bipolar means the illness has 2 parts. One is mania, being very active and happy, then suddenly becoming very sad. The report also said psychosis is a symptom of bipolar disorder. This was likely what Elisa experienced when she did not take her medication properly. Psychosis is a brain problem where a person cannot tell the difference between dreams and reality, imagination and truth. Elisa probably had severe psychosis in the elevator, which is why she thought she was talking to someone when she was not. Some say her illness was so severe that she went into the water tank herself. Even so, many questions remain unanswered, like how she reached the roof. The roof was locked and had an alarm, but according to the staff, it could be reached via the fire escape, which had no alarm. How did she get into the tank, which was about 8 feet high with a heavy lid? Photos showed there were ladders, and some tanks were left open. Why did the elevator door not close? Investigators said Elisa might have pressed the door hold button. The police said the autopsy result change was a technical error, and there was no evidence of foul play. What can we learn from this? Although authorities resolved Elisa Lam's death, many are still not satisfied with the answers. More questions arose after the CCTV went viral. Maybe there are spirits of the dead roaming the hotel, victims of violence, or evil beings with no home. But most likely, Elisa experienced severe psychosis. Perhaps in the future, the public will understand the real reason. No mystery is unsolvable if the heart and mind are open. Open your mind and be willing to understand deeply the lessons from history. Remember, truth is the key to real freedom, and that's the story of Elisa Lam, a mystery that captured the world's attention, but also a reminder of how fragile the human mind can be. Whether you believe it was a tragic accident, a psychotic episode, or something unexplained, one thing is clear: every life has a story, and every story leaves lessons for those willing to listen.